Let's try this again. And there's sound. So you heard nothing from... I was just gonna say we actually have a calm and collected intro, but we don't. There's no such thing as calm and collection with everything going on in the world, people. If I find out any of my subscribers are outside acting the fool and going to parks, going to parties, going to whatever it may be, I'll be like, stay inside. And thanks for subscribing. Run the video. What's going on, CK Crew? Your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another video. Before we do anything, I have to say congratulations to you guys. Thank you guys so much. We hit 16K subs. You can see it back there before it goes away, and there it goes. We hit 16,000 subscribers on the channel. The goal was to do it before the summer, and we did that. It is April, therefore still spring, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for hitting that subscribe button. We are on our way to 20K by the end of 2020. Now, I know it's been a rough year, but it would be nice to have that one positive, to have 20K subs by the end of this crazy year.
Coronavirus!
But yeah, seriously though, I appreciate every single one of you guys that subscribe to the channel, that support your boy, that I see in the DMs, I see everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, wherever it may be. All your support is very, very welcomed and very appreciated. When I'm over on Knicks Fan TV, on this channel, wherever it may be, appreciate you guys more than anything. That being said, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys are notified every time a video is posted on this channel. Your boy got some videos lined up for... Oh, you guys can't see my whiteboard, but I got videos lined up. I'm ready to go. But today's video is our 3 scenarios of the 2020 NBA draft. This video is about the Knicks' 3 scenarios in this draft. The 3 scenarios for this year's NBA draft. That is the best case scenario. That is what we have right now, basically just going off of the numbers. If we get the 2 picks that we're supposed to get due to the lottery balls going the way they're supposed to go, or the worst case scenario. So if you guys have your ideas, your wants, and whatever you guys want to see the Knicks do, you guys made that clear in the last video I did. The last video was a mock draft, and shout out to all you guys on that. I got a lot more positive comments than I expected. I did get my negatives, but again, it was negatives with reason, and I love that. I welcome that from now till the cows come home. So I appreciate all you guys' love and a positive, negative, constructive, whatever it was. Appreciate all that. If you haven't already, go check out the CK mock draft for this year's draft. That being said, enough of the intros. We are talking about the Knicks. Today is the Knicks 3 scenario draft. That is what I'm doing. So we have the best case scenario, we have what we got right now, and we have the worst case scenario. And your boy CK is going to talk through what I think we should do in each of those scenarios. So where should we start? Let's start with the being exactly what you see on any draft class, any mock draft. You see the Knicks are supposed to pick 6, say lottery balls go that way, and we pick number 6, and then we go and we make our other selection. So if everything ended and the balls dropped and everything that is set in stone right now is the exact order of what happens in the NBA draft, the Knicks would have the 6th pick and the 25th pick. Oh my God, what pick do we have? Yes, the 27th pick from the Los Angeles Clippers that we got. Thank you to our boy Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, what you did for us will not be forgotten, and hopefully we get a good pick with that 27th pick. If we get this 6th pick and we get the 27th pick, and that's the way it goes, that's the way it goes. And I'm gonna stay consistent with my mock draft. I know a lot of other people's mock draft have everything all over the place, but I'm gonna stay consistent with the mock draft I have. If we pick at 6, like I said, my top 5 in my personal mock draft was James Wiseman 1, LaMelo 2, Anthony Edwards 3, I think Obi 4, and Denny 5, leaving us at 6, where I'm gonna stick to what I said, and I'm going with Killian Hayes. I still believe Killian Hayes is not just the best fit, but I think he is the best person to pick at 6. Killian Hayes is a guy that can create his own shot beyond what I believe. He is a guy that can create his own shot. He is a sneaky good defender. I like the upside with Killian Hayes, and I feel like if anything, he would be a good good point guard for us, whether it ends up being the superstar all-star level or not. I think it would be nice to finally have that overall constructive point guard that gets the job done. No shade at Frankie, you do the thing. I'm just saying that, you know, they don't really give you much of a chance. So with our point guard selected at the 6th spot, that leaves us to this 27th pick, where we're curious on what we're going to get. In an ideal world, we do want to get a stretch four. We want somebody that can play the 4 position at that pick. We need another shorter. We need shooters in this draft, and whether it is a stretch 4 with the 27th pick or another shooter, that is what I'm looking for in that little pool that we got. And so if we already got our point guard with that 6th pick, 3 names I have, if we select a point guard with our first pick, the 3 names I'm looking at are Aaron Nesmith, I'm looking at a guy like Jaden McDaniels, or I'm looking at Cassius Stanley. Those are my 3 favorite players at this 27th pick. I love the athleticism and the capabilities from Cassius Stanley. If we get him in a late first round pick, I feel like he just would fit for this team as far as what he does, not only athletically but improved on his jumper and his shot. So I would love to see him come on our team with that late first pick. Jaden McDaniels is another player that I am up on a little bit. There's still a lot of unknown when it comes to him, and I just feel like that would be a project. I think anybody with this pick is going to be a project. And Aaron Nesmith, I like him a lot. I just don't think he's going to be available at 27, but if he is available at 27, he's one of the guys I'm looking at. So one of those 3 names, if we just want to take one out of the, I'm gonna go with, give me Cassius Stanley. I would take, in this scenario, in the right now mess scenario, give me Killian Hayes and Cassius Stanley. Killian at 6, Cassius at 27. That's where I'm going with this scenario. Now we're going to go to the favorite scenario, the best case scenario. That's right, we are sitting very close to where the Pelicans were last year, so there is a chance that we could jump up and pull New Orleans Pelicans and jump up and get the first pick. That would obviously be the best case scenario. So then the question comes down to, what do we do if we have the first pick? Do we go with the best available, and whether it is Anthony Edwards in your mind, whether it's LaMelo Ball in your mind, or whether it's James Wiseman in your mind? Which one do you go with that first pick? I think, to me, it is just so obvious what we do, and you know what I'm gonna say. There's no way I'm changing my mind on this. Although I am a fan and I would love to see this kid in the Knicks uniform in Anthony Edwards, I believe if we have that first pick, you bite the bullet, you put all the marbles in the basket. You know you need that point guard. You hope that this is the guy that ends up being the next level talent that you want, and you go and you get your guy and you get LaMelo Ball. I just believe so much in what this kid does for himself, but more so what he does for the rest of the team. Not only drafting him will be great for us to have a star, a ticket getter, somebody that's going to pair really well with RJ Barrett, but we also get a guy that's going to most likely get the better out of our other younger pieces on this team. Mitchell Robinson, Kevin Knox, I mentioned RJ Barrett already, whoever it may be. LaMelo Ball is going to be one of the better guys to not only expand and make himself a star for this team, he's going to help these other guys show the potential that they can, because he's going to get them the ball. One of the problems that the Knicks have and have had for quite some time with our point guard, other than Frank Ntilikina, is that we don't have point guards that are looking to spread and get the best shot, best offensive play available. Elfrid Payton did a lot of that this year, but then it got very stuck to just being Julius Randle in some situations. But Elfrid Payton was a good taste of what that could be in the fast break, what it could be in half court. I feel like LaMelo Ball, it will be the guy that's not only feeding himself and getting himself going, but he's going to be making sure that the team is going first, and that is what we need long term, and might be a star in the process. So yes, no question about it, in the best case scenario, I'm going with LaMelo Ball at the first overall pick. But now that we got our star-studded point guard, what do we do in the second round? Now, to me, I still stick with something similar to what I just said initially with if we got Killian Hayes. I mean, more so now, I feel like because with a LaMelo Ball, we're going to be more of a fast break team. It does come down to defense to get us in positions to run the break that we would like to see. But I just feel like, you know, in a situation like this, then we look more at these fours. You look more at, you know, these shooters. So I'm still looking at a guy like Cassius Stanley, because I feel like in the break and with this developing shot, that would be be fun. You know, Jalen Smith's another guy that I am a fan of. I don't think he will be available at 27. I would go LaMelo Ball and Jalen Smith in that first round, if in the best case scenario. If we're able to get Jalen Smith, if he's able to drop down, he's a 6'10 guy that can do a lot of things. He got a 7'1 wingspan. He hits threes, he blocks shots, he does a lot of things that I feel like would look really well alongside not just LaMelo, but a guy like Mitch, where they can both be predators on the defensive paint, as well as Jalen has the ability to hit that three ball. So in my perfect world, if we can get a combination of LaMelo Ball and Jalen Smith, that would be my two favorite picks. So best case scenario, if we get the first overall pick, I'm going with LaMelo Ball, or whatever, if we get 1 through 3 and LaMelo Ball is on the board, that's my best case scenario, is LaMelo Ball. And with that 27th pick, if he survives and he makes it down to 27, I'm going with Jalen Smith. Well, let me know in the comments below what your best case scenario is. Now here we are for the worst case scenario, and let me double check the math on this, but I think the worst case scenario with us with this 6th pick is we can drop down as low as 9? So we have a 29.8% chance of getting the 7th pick. So I guess our worst case, but no, we have a possibility to get the 10th pick. So that is our worst case scenario. Let's just go with that, because that is our worst case scenario. Our worst case scenario would be that the lottery balls gave us the 10th pick. So we have the 10th and the 27th pick. The hell do we do with that? Well, I think like a lot of mock drafts, and in my own mock draft, I mean, I had a certain player still available at this time. I had him going 9th. But I think that there's still there's a chance that we can get our point guard still if we have the 10th pick. I don't like the makings of any of these other guys that are left. I mean, maybe we could make a gamble and get like a Sadiq Bey at 10 or something like that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to overthink it. I still think at 10 available will be one of the 4 point guards that we are considering in this year's draft, and I think with 10 we would get Tyrese Haliburton. I know, not a popular choice, and maybe to a lot of people he'll probably be already chose, but I'm going probably already chosen. But according to my mock drafts and quite a few mock drafts, I have him picked at 10 going to Phoenix, but a lot of other mock drafts have him going 11, 12, some going a little bit higher. So I don't think it's as unrealistic for a guy like Tyrese Haliburton to still be available at 10. So I would go with the best case scenario for the 10th pick at that time, and I would go with us picking up Tyrese Haliburton. And then I think in the worst case scenario, where guys like, you know, like Jalen Smith, who I named, Aaron Nesmith, who probably won't even be down in the 27 range. I'm still fascinated in a guy like Jalen Smith. I feel like Jalen Smith is still on the board in my mind. Patrick Williams, you never know. These names could still be available. It's just so much harder to gauge the 27th pick, because I feel like from, let's say, about like 24 to like the early 2nd round, all those names could be mixed matched. I feel like there's no consistency, excuse me, on where any of these names go. Some mocks have them going, some mocks have certain players going in the 20s, other mocks have those same players going in the 2nd round. It's really a toss-up depending on the mock draft you're looking at. But in my mind, in all 3 of these scenarios, I'm going with the point guard in the 1st round. So Jalen Smith, Cassius Stanley, and Aaron Nesmith are really the three people I'm really fascinated with at that 25th pick. But right now, I gave you my 3 best. I gave the best case scenario, I gave the right now scenario, and I gave the worst case scenario. Best case, we get a top 3 pick. Right now scenario is if we stay at 6. Worst case scenario, we can drop down to the 10th pick, and I feel like best case scenario, it's got to be LaMelo Ball. Has to be LaMelo Ball. The right now scenario seems to be Killian Hayes, or the worst case scenario looks like Tyrese Haliburton, in my opinion, in my honest opinion. I know the question is, do we get a guy like Obi Toppin? Do we look at all Isaac Okoro, those kind of guys? Yes, we do, but I honestly, don't believe Obi Toppin will be available sub pick 5. I feel like Obi Toppin is going to go in the top 5, and also with a guy like Isaac Okoro, it's hard for me to justify drafting Isaac Okoro over names like LaMelo Ball, Killian Hayes, Tyrese Haliburton, or Cole Anthony. I want one of those 4 guys if we have a pick in the 2nd round, in the 1st, in that lottery. And if all those are gone, if all of our point guard options are gone, then yes, give me Isaac Okoro. I like what he does. I think he would be dope. He's a good 2-way player. A lot of people comparing him to Jimmy Butler. I think that's warranted, but I really feel like we should make our gamble in one of these point guards in this draft, especially if we're closer to 10 than we are closer to 1. But that's just my opinion. What is your best case scenario? What do you see us doing with that first and what do you see us doing with that early first if we get a top 3 pick, and what do you see us doing with that second round pick? Or what's your worst case scenario? If we get the 10th pick, what are we doing with that pick as well as the late first? Let me know in the comment section below, what are your 3 scenarios for the Knicks? I gave you mine. What do you think? Give me yours also in the comments below. I'll be looking at those on our way to 70K. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button. Don't forget to like this video. I'm out of here. It's been your boy CK. Let's get it. See you on the next one, and peace. Yeah.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time